Yo, what's up? Welcome to this week's Winners on a Wednesday. I've got a couple of amazing, beautiful ladies on the show. They are financially free. They have done some training with us and they've been watching my YouTube videos forever and now they're sat right here. How does it feel to be on the other end of the screen, folks?
Really good.
I think a little bit unbelievable
Really?
that we're actually here, yeah.
When did you first decide that you wanted to get into property and how did that happen?
About 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that desire come about?
I think, so my little boy's dad had been to the DFE and he told me all about it.
The DFE, a training program that we run.
DFE training program,
Yeah.
yeah. And I had no ideas about property whatsoever. I was always in the corporate world, so property was totally new. And he just said, I think you would be really good at this. I think you should go. And that was in February. So we registered for the crash course in Birmingham and that was June. And I think from then we just knew this was for us.
At the crash course in June. That's like not that long ago though, that's only a few months ago.
Yeah.
What you've achieved in the last few months is just insane. I think you've just gone at it guns blazing.
Yeah. We really have.
And you guys are sisters from Ireland, beautiful accent. So, give me your backstories then. Like, are you guys, what's your profession? You said corporate world?
I worked in Barclaycard, so I handed in my notice after the crash course. And that was it then.
Literally, you came to the crash course and handed it in your notice.
Yeah.
Was that in faith or was that because you found so many good deals?
Well, a bit of both, and I just wasn't happy there. I have a little girl, she's 3, and she was in nursery long hours.
Yeah.
So I was just fed up of it, so I thought, I'm handing me notice.
What was it at the crash course? What was it that gave you that oomph or inspiration to quit?
We just knew we could do it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We knew because we were finding deals and stuff on the crash course, so...
Yeah.
I think the energy in the room as well. We come out like feeling electric and pumped. We were like, if all these people can do it, because I think there were some previous academy members up on the stage, and
yeah, that's what it
we
was
spoke
as
to
well.
them as well
Yeah.
after it, and we just thought, well, if they can do it, why can't we?
Yeah.
And it was just as simple as that.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool. Okay, so you came to the crash course in February. Or was it February? Sorry.
June.
Sorry.
June.
It's
Yeah.
June. Your husband or partner,
Came
to the deal finding extravaganza in February.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you came to the crash course in June, and you were like, boom, let's do this.
Yeah.
So what happened then?
We signed up for the academy on the first day.
Good for you.
Before the day even ended, we went and tried to capture Alistair somewhere in the room.
Yeah.
We want to do this, sign us up. And then we started our launch pad on the 31st of July.
Yeah.
Which is only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
well, not a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well.
8 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Couple of months.
Yeah.
And since then, it's just been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
It's been so hectic, hasn't it?
Yeah, when we were at the rent course,
Yeah.
the first call I made regarding a deal in the lead was successful, and we signed up on that deal. That was the first call I ever made. Yeah.
So, all right, have you guys got like this magical Midas touch on you? Like how you go to the crash course and you find a bunch of deals, you join the academy, you then start the academy training on the first day, or was it whenever it was it was like a 4-day course, isn't it? That
Yeah.
one? So you find a lead that turns into a deal. Like, what are you doing? What do you think has made you? What's the difference between you guys that have been successful? And I want to talk about some of your deals because I know they're really profitable. But what's the difference between you guys? Because there's other people that might watch the videos or might want to be a property investor. They might even come to the crash course and they aren't successful. What's the difference?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think you need to be brave. I think you need to be out of your own comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You know, every day is exciting, nervous, challenging, all rolled up in the one feeling.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah.
But it just pushes you to keep going. I think you need to have that. Maybe it's a hunger and a desire to do well.
Yeah. And just not giving up, constantly ringing and ringing and ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though we got our
loads
first
of no's
deal,
after the first deal.
Yeah.
But we just never really give up and kept ringing and ringing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Persistence is so important. I mean, Dr. John DeMartini says that you're always going to have challenges. You're either going to have challenges that inspire you, or you're going to have challenges that don't inspire you. And it's best to set yourself challenges that inspire you. And I think you guys have been working so hard the last few months, and you've had massive challenges, but you've been growing in that.
Yeah.
And that's been so incredibly to see your growth journey. I mean, talk to me about that.
I think where we are now compared to 8 or 9 weeks ago is completely different. So we started off not so much nervous making the calls, but that confidence has just grown.
Yeah.
We've built up a relationship with so many people now in Manchester. Agencies who we I suppose you could say they're like friends or colleagues now.
Yeah, they're really
we've
nice.
got that relationship now with people that they're contacting us.
Yeah.
I think making the relationships personable, like the first agency that we dealt with, we spoke to her about our family, and she was a lovely lady, and we had lots of similarities. She had young children, so did we, and like everybody says, it's a people game, and it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
You've both got kids and families, and your sisters, right? What's the strongest reason? Are you doing this? Is it for your kids? What's the real hunger behind why you're wanting to do this?
I'd say personally for me it is, most of it is for my little girl, especially because she was in nursery from like 7 in the morning till sometimes 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
It was long. But then it's just the working thing as well. I don't want to work for somebody anymore and do the whole 9 to 5 or 7 to 5 hours anymore.
Yeah.
It is, it's time, isn't it? That's what you're getting. Flexibility, being able to kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to me about the first deal then. So you're on our academy rent-to-rent training.
Yeah.
You make a call. How did you find the seller or the landlord?
They were really nice, weren't they?
Yeah, so I rang the guy and I could tell he was driving, and I just said, look, I've seen your property online, I'd love to get a viewing, but just before I need to let you know that I'm interested in short-term lets. Is that something that you're comfortable with, or have you heard of it before? And he was rushed, because I could tell he was driving. It was more like okay, that's fine. But I thought, is he just trying to get me off the phone here because he's driving?
Yeah.
So I called him back later on just to make sure everything was okay. And he put me in touch with his agency who manages the property.
Yeah.
And we booked in an appointment for 9 o'clock on the Monday morning. So we left London on Sunday. And at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, we went to the property for the viewing.
Nice.
And
so
we signed on it straight away.
You guys are from Ireland, but you're living in Manchester.
Living in Manchester,
but you were in London for the course.
Yes.
And you literally went straight from the rent-to-rent course to the viewing on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Insane. And then what happened?
Well, we were really lucky that we went at 9 o'clock because somebody else from the academy had also booked in a viewing, but booked it for 3 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Yeah.
So what did you learn from that?
Oh, that was a huge lesson for us. That was like the biggest lesson I've taken, is that if you see a good deal, you need to take it quick.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, someone else is going to come behind you and take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I bet the other academy member, they respected your speed.
Yeah.
Because that's how we are on the academy.
Yeah, it was totally cool.
We're not competitive with one another, we're collaborative. And if someone beats us to a deal, then we just go, fair play, man, you got there first.
Yeah, it was exactly like that.
Okay, so did you guys both go together to the viewing?
Yeah.
And then, so how did you feel at the viewing? Were you thinking, this is ridiculous, this isn't going to work? Or were you thinking, I'm going to get this deal?
We were thinking, this is ours, we're getting this.
Yeah.
That's it.
So how much rent did you agree to pay the landlord?
It was really, really low rent. It was £450.
And what was that? And where was that?
It's a 1-bedroom apartment just outside of Manchester.
Okay, 1-bedroom apartment just outside of Manchester. Yeah. You talk to me about the compliance and the paperwork and getting all that sorted. What are the things you had to do with the landlord?
Yeah, so with the landlord, it was quite good because there was 2 of us.
Yeah, so, you double teamed him, right?
Yeah. The landlord had never ever heard of like short-term lets before. Yeah. He really had no idea, and they were a little bit nervous. Yeah. But we just convinced them that we were going to look after the property. We had cleaners in place. Like, we felt like we were completely blagging it, but we obviously came across really, really well.
Yeah, we were nervous.
We were just after leaving the.
Were you proper nervous?
Yeah.
Proper. You just got back off the course.
Yeah.
You hadn't even had time to go home and sleep, and here you are with this landlord going, oh, here's what we do and all this.
Some of the questions that asked us as well, we were kind of just winging it, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
Like what?
I can't even remember, but what stuff they said to us, we were just agreeing with them, different things.
I can't remember exactly, but we were just being confident because
Yes.
it was clear that they didn't really know too much about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So we just went in with.
But the bottom line is though, although you didn't know it, you cannot know everything about everything unless you've done it. And with our training, and as you guys know, because you've been on it, we're very much a case of like book the viewings, just do it.
Yeah.
And we try and give you enough to be able to get a deal. But when it comes to all the XYZ stuff, and as you've heard me say, I'll say, walk the ABC.
Yeah.
And then figure out the XYZ.
Yeah.
If you've done the training, you've spent thousands of pounds getting this training, you've got the support group, you've got other people that are ahead of you that you can call.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got that within the academy. Just go and do it. So that's awesome that you just went out and did that. So you kind of figured it out as you went along.
Yes.
And then
100%.
presumably had to ask a lot of questions for other people on the academy, I assume.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Can't remember. We had so many questions at the beginning.
At the beginning, I was using the Facebook Academy page
Yeah.
all the time.
I remember seeing you
I
guys
was like,
constantly.
because
Yeah.
because we were straight out the door from the training.
Yeah.
We still had a lot of questions about getting set up and
Appliance,
were we
all
doing
that
the
kind
right-
of stuff.
just all the usual questions that you would have.
Yeah.
But it was great because that first deal that we got was quite straightforward for us.
Right.
It wasn't too challenging, but we were scared, obviously, going through it.
Yeah.
But it taught us so much, and it kind of prepared us for what was to come
Yes.
with the next one.
With that property then, is that live now?
Yeah.
So you got the keys, you secured it,
Yeah.
you've now got it, it's live, taking bookings?
Yeah.
That's amazing, so fast. And how much, I know it's very early days, but since it went live, how are the bookings coming in? What's it looking like? What are you expected to make profit each month from that one deal?
From that particular one,
Yeah.
between £500 and £600 a month.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. And you think that's very doable, conservative, based on what the bookings have been coming in?
And that one was really what we would see as a low risk. There wasn't
Yes.
a lot of work to do, the rent was low, and for the first kind of deal that we got, it was perfect for us.
How much did you have to put down on that deal?
We just paid 1 month rent up front,
Yeah.
and we got the keys 2 weeks early
Yeah.
to go in and decorate it and get it ready.
And did you decorate it yourself?
Yes.
You two are awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have to furnish it?
Yes.
How much did all that cost?
Because it was only a 1 bedroom, it wasn't too much. So probably about £800.
Yeah.
My
it wasn't
goodness.
much.
£800, that's not bad. I guess when
Yeah.
you're doing it yourself,
Yeah.
and you live quite close by, right?
We do, yeah.
And so that's fantastic. That's like a perfect little deal, isn't it, for your first
was,
deal?
yeah.
I always say your first deal is always your hardest, and you're probably going to make mistakes. So it's good to start with a small deal because then if you make mistakes, it's not too costly.
Yeah.
You pay 1 month's rent up front. You pay £800 getting it ready, furnishing it. $2 or $3 grand all in, which is about what it was presumably. To then make £500-600 profit a month. That's a really nice little rent-to-rent deal.
Yeah.
So what happened after that then? So did that give you confidence when you got that one?
Yeah. Then we were like, right, okay, on to the next one.
Yeah. And then what happened?
We were ringing and ringing. She got the lead from Gumtree. But I don't think you got a call for like a couple of days later. But it was like we got the keys on the Monday, and then we got another lead for another apartment in the city centre.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on the Thursday.
Like a couple of days later.
A couple of days later then. So we went in and viewed that one, and back then there was like 8 available.
No, initially there was only... So what happened was I saw a lead on Gumtree for one apartment, and I was in work. I was still working at the time. And I rang Katie straight away and I said, I've just seen an amazing apartment in the city centre. It's brand new. We need to go see it. So I rang.
Yeah.
And we got a viewing for about an hour later, and I left work. I said, I have to go, I have to leave.
Wow.
And they were cool with it.
Yeah.
And we went. And when we went in, we found out there was 5 at the time available. And we just said straight away, we'll take them.
All of them.
We didn't know how we were going to take them.
Yeah.
But we were taking them,
Yeah.
and because we knew the location was brilliant. They were brand new. They were lovely apartments. We knew the area very well, and we knew they'd work. And then we went, after viewing them, straight to the office with the agent after the viewing,
Yeah.
and we paid our holding deposit.
How
on
did
the
you pay it? How
apartment.
did you afford it?
I had a credit card.
Oh my
So I
goodness.
paid it on the credit card.
That is brave.
Yeah.
Taking 4 apartments on
Yeah.
with a credit card. I mean, that's pretty brave. Okay, and now how's that worked out?
Amazingly.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been a journey because we initially secured 4, and then the landlord offered us 3 more,
Right.
which we were initially going to take.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe we're taking on a bit too much, but we can handle it, we
Yeah.
can do it. And then it turned out that one of the apartments was taken off market.
Right.
There was a 1-bedroom one which wasn't really as lucrative as the other ones after checking the air DNA.
Right.
It wasn't.
So you know how to work out your due diligence and
Oh,
your
yeah.
research,
Absolutely.
which is really
yeah.
important.
Absolutely.
It's not just a case of getting a deal; it's a case of getting a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another 2-bedroom one, but the floor plan was different to what they had advised us that it was, and it just wouldn't have worked really
Right.
well.
Yeah.
So we settled on 4.
Yeah.
And we've got 4. They're up and running. They went live on Tuesday.
That's so cool. And have you got bookings coming in?
Yeah. Over 50 bookings so far.
Oh my goodness! In what, 4 days?
Yeah.
50 bookings.
Yeah.
And what's the average room rate per night?
The average is £143 a week. Every weekend is booked up until the end of November already.
So how much profit then are you expected to make after doing all your due diligence, your research, looking at what bookings are coming in? How much profit? How many apartments have you got now?
5.
5. How much will they make you on average per month?
Roughly about £7,500.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
It's just unreal. It's unbelievable. We really can't believe it. Like, we pinch ourselves every day.
Yeah.
Don't we, Katie?
Yeah.
Like, even on the way coming down here today, we're like, we always said from the crash course, we will be on Winners Wednesday. We
Yeah.
knew we'll be on that stage.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yes.
But we didn't think it would be this soon.
Yeah.
But we did put everything into it. Like, we put our heart and soul into making this work.
But still, 3 months. You came on the crash course. Was it about, when did you say it was again?
The
July?
crash course was June.
It's now October.
Yeah.
July, August, 4 months.
Yeah.
To making like £7,500 profit a month is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
So, what's been the biggest takeaways?
I think for us is that it's just opened a whole new world for us.
Yeah,
That anything is possible now.
yeah.
Because we've proven to ourselves that we're pretty good at doing this.
You're very good.
And we can only get better and grow if we're doing this well so soon. How much better can we do?
Have you made a lot of friends on the academy?
Yeah,
Loads.
yeah, they're
Talk
amazing.
to me about that.
We've got like a little Manchester mastermind
Yeah.
WhatsApp group, because when we were at the academy, there's so many people from Manchester
Yeah,
on it, so we all joined up and connected. So it's good just chatting to them about properties, but sometimes it's not even about property, just how's everybody going, how's everybody doing.
Yeah, it's
And-
good to keep in contact with them all, isn't it?
And then we've got a little group as well, our little support group that we keep in touch with.
yeah,
And that's over the last 8 weeks, we have been so busy. And we got, like I think it was last week, we even apologised to the group because we've not been, given as much information as we normally would, because we've just been so crazy.
Yeah.
But we've started updating each other now. We've made it.
But yeah, I see it all the time on the group. I see you guys posting pictures, and they look. By the way, they look fabulous. The way you've done them out,
Thank
you've
you.
done them really high end, maybe on a budget, but they look really nice.
Yeah, thank
and you've really utilised all the everything on the academy, even down to support groups and the people and the training. You've been at everything, which is fantastic. What's next then? What's the plan for because you've been on the academy 2 months. Like
Yeah.
you guys have got a lot more training to get through. You've got training
Yeah.
in all kinds of different types of property investment. So what's next?
Next is sourcing, isn't it, Emma?
Yeah. We're fully compliant for deal sourcing now.
Well,
We've already got a couple of investors who are interested in working with us.
Yeah.
They're looking for like HMOs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think now that we're confident that we've got some cash flow coming in from the apartments,
Yeah.
we've got the training next month.
Which training have you got next month?
We're on DFE next month.
Yeah. And then you do infinite returns?
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be good.
Yeah,
You
so
guys are going to like that.
we're excited for that, and we think it's probably perfect timing as we move strategy a little bit onto the deal sourcing.
Yeah.
So it probably couldn't have come at a better time for us now.
Yeah, yeah. Were you nervous before doing the academy? I know you signed up on day one and you were accepted on, which was fantastic. But did you come knowing that you do that, or did you come and then did you just think, right, I'm in? What happened?
I think we were there. I was there for about an hour, and I said, Emma, I'm signing up.
And
Yeah.
I just said, yeah, we are, we're doing it.
Right, which is crazy.
I think it's hard to know what to expect before you get to the crash course.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what was going to come from it, how it was going to be, but it was as quick, like it was about within an hour or so.
What was your experience of the crash course?
Like I always say the energy, but I think that's really important, and just meeting so many people.
Yeah.
Like we were talking to people from all over the UK that we've never normally, chat to and talk to.
Yeah.
And then just hearing you talk about the opportunities and how simple it was. That was what I was really frustrated at myself, thinking, how can this be so simple? And how do I not know about these things? How do I not, have I got to this stage in my life where I could have been doing these things before, but I just never knew?
Yeah.
And I think you kind of have this idea that property investing, I'm going to need lots of money, it's going to be really difficult, because that's kind of what I did think. And I've always been interested in property. But then coming to the crash course and realising, okay, I can actually do this. That was like, it changed me completely.
Yeah.
It really did.
That's great. Because I think a lot of people, every month you put it off, you're potentially losing $7,500 a month.
Yeah.
Which is just insane. Are you still working? Have you quit work?
I've quit.
Did you?
Yeah.
When did you quit?
Barclay card.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned you quit. Are you still working?
No, I left my job as well.
You two are like animals.
Yes.
You two are just like unstoppable, man. When did you quit?
My last day was the 16th of September. September.
Yeah.
I'm losing track of what day it is.
I know,
these days.
yeah. But I mean, that's insane. Sometimes
Yeah.
people think it's just too good to be true. I mean, obviously, it's possible because you guys have seen people do it. You've then followed. It's worked out for you.
Yeah.
The money's coming in your bank. Hence
Yeah.
why you've now quit your jobs.
Yeah.
You've not got lots of savings that you're eating out of.
No.
It's just literally the money that you've made from property. Like, what would you say to people that just think, I cannot believe that, it sounds too good to be true? What would you say?
It's definitely true.
Yeah. 100%.
If we can do it, like we've got small children. I was working a full-time job with a little boy as well, and Katie with her little girl.
Yeah.
You need to put the work in, you need to find the time to make it happen.
Yeah.
I think if you're hungry enough for it, it will work.
Yeah.
I think you need to win 100%.
What do you think stops most people from being successful in this industry? Or people that want to do it but never quite get started? Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. Maybe some people don't have the support. Like we had each other. Once we went to the crash course and we were on the academy, we had the support of everybody.
Yeah.
But
Because some
I think
days,
having
like-
each other was really good.
Yeah. Some days we'd have like a bad day, or we'd have loads of no's on one day, and then we'd feel a bit deflated, but then she might ring me and she'd be all excited.
Yeah.
So then that'd bring me back up, or vice versa. It was happening both of
Yeah.
us. So we always had each other kind of to.
What's the academy been like?
I love it.
I
It's like,
We feel like it's like a little holiday for us because we've got young children. We cannot wait now to go and see all our friends in the next
Yeah.
one in November.
Yeah, on the training.
we
Yeah.
sorted, like the kids are sorted, everything's done. We can't wait to go.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. What would be your best piece of advice to someone who's watching this to do right now? If they're watching this, what should they do?
Just book on a crash course. Just go and see for yourself. And I think investing in yourself is like the biggest lesson.
What do you mean invest in yourself?
Just learning. There's so much you can learn, and anything is possible if you have the right tools. And that's something that you've given us in the academy. It's given us the tools to do the job.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
You give somebody.
Without
the tools
this,
and they
we
can
wouldn't
do
have been able to get as far as we have so quickly.
it. Never.
Well, I'm
Never.
amazed at how well you've done, and I'm looking forward to continuing to get to know you guys on the more training. So thank you ever so much for coming down from Manchester to share your story.
Thank you.
And what's one last question though? What's next? What's the next? I mean, you mentioned deal sourcing.
Yeah.
What do you want people to? I mean, how can people that are cheering you on, because you're going to have thousands of people watching this,
Yeah.
academy members, what can we do to help you even go to the next level?
I think for us, it's just, supporting us on our journey. The next stage for us is we want to start packaging deals for investors.
Right.
We want to become investors ourselves.
Yes.
And that's our next.
Okay, well, I thoroughly endorse you guys. So if you're watching this and you're looking for deal packages, these guys have got great energy. They're great at talking with people, and with the training that you're going to get next month as well on that side of things, you're going to absolutely kill it. So if you've been watching this and you've been putting things off, whether it's booking onto the crash course, whether it's picking up the phone and phoning a landlord, what I would say is just stop what you're doing and just do it right now as we speak. If you have had success also by being on the training programs, maybe you've come to the crash course and you're financially free and I don't know you or you haven't told us, please do get in touch. I'd love to invite you down to the offices as well, because we've got so many amazing stories that are coming up. It's sometimes hard to keep track. So thanks for watching the video. Please do subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.